Charles Darwin, one of the greatest scientists of all time, not only changed the way we perceive the natural world, but also shook long-standing beliefs about the origin of life. His work on the origin of species, 1859, was not just a scientific book, but a revolution in knowledge, opening new horizons and reshaping humanity's entire understanding. With bold and groundbreaking ideas, Darwin became a symbol of curiosity, the desire for exploration, and the spirit of innovation in science. Imagine living in the 19th century, in a world where most people believed that all living beings were created in fixed forms and remained unchanged over time. Yet Darwin, with his keen insight and meticulous observation, challenged this perspective with an entirely novel theory. During his 5-year journey aboard the HMS Beagle, he collected thousands of specimens, from unique flora and fauna on the Galapagos Islands to strange fossils in South America. These data helped him formulate the theory of evolution by natural selection, a theory that forever changed how humans understand life. Darwin realized that species were not immutable entities but changed and adapted to their environments over millions of years. Organisms with traits better suited to their environments were more likely to survive and reproduce, passing these traits on to future generations. This was not just a scientific idea, but a revolutionary way of thinking, forcing humans to reevaluate their place in the natural world. Humans were no longer the immutable center of the universe, but merely a link in the vast chain of evolution. The boldness of Darwin's theory lay not only in its content, but also in his approach and explanation. Instead of relying on baseless beliefs or hypotheses, he built his theory on empirical evidence and meticulous observation. From the shape of finches' beaks on the Galapagos Islands, he noted that small differences in physical structure could provide crucial survival advantages in different environments. These observations, though simple, held profound meaning and became the foundation of the theory of evolution. Darwin's On the Origin of Species was not only a scientific work, but also a cultural icon. Upon its publication, it caused a stir in academic and social circles. Many praised Darwin for his courage and creativity, but many others criticized him for challenging traditional and religious values. However, Darwin's persistence prevailed, and his theory was gradually accepted widely, becoming the foundation for many modern scientific fields, from biology to psychology. What made Darwin exceptional was not only his great discoveries, but also his relentless spirit of exploration. He was unafraid to confront difficult questions and always sought to solve them scientifically. From an ambitious young scientist, he rose to become a global symbol of innovation and creativity. His scientific journey was not just the story of one man, but also the story of the power of curiosity and determination. Darwin left humanity not only with a theory, but also with a lesson on scientific approach. He taught that to understand the world around us, we need to observe, explore, and be ready to challenge old beliefs. His spirit lives on not only in scientific works, but also in how modern humans confront new challenges. What he left behind is not just a scientific legacy, but an endless source of inspiration for those who yearn to explore and change the world. With every page of On the Origin of Species, Darwin opened up great questions about life and humanity's place in nature. He not only provided answers, but also encouraged people to ask more questions, thereby continuously expanding knowledge. This is Darwin's greatest legacy, a spirit of unending inquiry, discovery, and progress. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection is one of the most significant contributions in the history of science, providing a fresh and comprehensive understanding of life. This idea did not stem from a moment of inspiration, but was the result of years of meticulous research, observation, and analysis. Darwin viewed nature through a different lens, enabling him to discover that biodiversity is not random, but the outcome of a natural, law-governed process. In the 19th century, prevailing views about life were dominated by religion and traditional thinking, where all species were considered immutable and created in a fixed order. However, Darwin, with his keen observations and sharp reasoning, proposed a theory that completely overturned this perspective. He observed that in nature, Only organisms with traits suited to their environment could survive and reproduce, a process he called natural selection. These traits, passed down through generations, became key factors in the evolution of a species. The voyage aboard the HMS Beagle, particularly Darwin's studies in the Galapagos Islands, provided him with the most compelling evidence. He discovered that finches on different islands had varying beak shapes adapted to the available food sources in each location. These were not merely minor differences, but reflected changes that allowed them to adapt to their environments. From these seemingly simple details, Darwin recognized a larger principle. Nature adjusts and shapes life across generations. A unique aspect of natural selection is that it is neither predictive nor goal-oriented. Evolution is not a planned process, but a series of responses to environmental changes. Unsuitable individuals are eliminated, while better adapted ones survive and pass on their genes. This explains the richness and diversity of life on Earth today. From single-celled organisms to complex animals like humans, Darwin did not shy away from facing opposition and criticism, particularly from advocates of religious and traditional thinking. His theory challenged the belief that humans were central and created in the image of a supreme being. Instead, Darwin placed humans within the same evolutionary stream as all other organisms, challenging outdated notions of humanity's position in the universe. This was a significant advancement, not only in science but also in philosophy and social thought. Evidence for the theory of evolution is not limited to Darwin's field observations but has been reinforced by later discoveries in fields such as genetics, molecular biology, and ecology. The genetic code, a modern discovery, has demonstrated that all species share a common ancestry, just as Darwin hypothesized. The theory of evolution by natural selection has not only deepened humanity's understanding of life's past, but also opened new directions for research in conservation and natural resource management. One of the greatest contributions of natural selection is how it completely changed the way we perceive life. Before Darwin, organisms were seen as perfect and unchanging creations. After Darwin, we understand that all species constantly change, adapt, and evolve to meet environmental challenges. This concept not only enhances our understanding of nature, but also inspires other fields such as medicine, technology, and education. Darwin was not merely a scientist. He was a revolutionary thinker. He continuously questioned accepted ideas and sought answers based on evidence. His courage in thought and persistence in research enabled him to overcome the barriers of his time and propose a theory that forever changed how humanity understands itself and the world around it. The theory of evolution by natural selection is not just Darwin's scientific legacy, but also a valuable lesson in curiosity, exploration, and the ability to transcend human limitations. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species, 1859, is one of the most significant scientific masterpieces in human history, igniting a revolution in how we understand life and evolution. This book not only presents the theory of evolution by natural selection, but also provides detailed and compelling evidence, shedding light on one of humanity's most fundamental questions. How do species develop and change over time? One of the highlights of On the Origin of Species is Darwin's rigorous and logical presentation of his theory. He begins by explaining the diversity of organisms in nature, leading to the concept of natural selection. According to Darwin, individuals within a species exhibit small but significant variations, and those with traits better suited to their environment have a higher chance of surviving and reproducing. Over millions of years, this process leads to the evolution of species. Darwin used numerous real-world examples to illustrate his theory, most notably his observations of finches on the Galapagos Islands. He noted that the shapes of finches' beaks varied depending on the food sources available to them. Species with beaks better adapted to specific food sources in their environment had a survival advantage and passed these traits on to subsequent generations. This provided a clear and convincing demonstration of how natural selection operates. Darwin didn't stop there. He also drew evidence from various fields, including fossils, comparative anatomy, and biogeography. He showed that fossils and geological strata reveal transitional forms between species, illustrating gradual changes over time. He also analyzed the structural similarities between organisms, such as the skeletal similarities in humans, whales, and bats, to demonstrate a common ancestry. What makes On the Origin of Species a revolutionary work is not just its content, but also Darwin's response to the societal and religious challenges of his time. His theory, upon publication, sparked intense debates, particularly among those who believed that all living beings were created by a supreme being and remained unchanging. However, Darwin did not aim to deny religion. Instead, he emphasized that his theory sought to explain the natural world based on empirical evidence. Another significant aspect of On the Origin of Species is Darwin's foresight in anticipating potential objections and providing reasonable explanations. He acknowledged that the mechanisms of inheritance were not well understood at the time, but expressed confidence that future discoveries would support his theory. Indeed, the advent of genetics and the discovery of DNA later validated many of Darwin's hypotheses. The influence of On the Origin of Species extends beyond biology, impacting fields such as philosophy, sociology, and psychology. The book raises profound questions about humanity's place in nature, our relationship with other species, and how we perceive life in the universe. As a result, it not only transformed how we understand the world, but also encouraged critical thinking and a spirit of exploration in subsequent generations. One of the greatest legacies of On the Origin of Species is its ability to inspire curiosity and a scientific mindset. Darwin demonstrated that understanding complex natural phenomena requires evidence and scientific methodology rather than reliance on vague hypotheses. This spirit has inspired not only scientists, but also individuals eager to explore and understand the world around them. On the Origin of Species is not merely a scientific book, but a symbol of innovation and intellectual courage. It reminds us that progress requires challenging old beliefs and relentlessly seeking the truth. Darwin's legacy, vividly embodied in this work, serves as both a foundation for modern biology and an endless source of inspiration for those who strive to explore and comprehend the unknown. The journey aboard the HMS Beagle from 1831 to 1836 was one of the most pivotal events shaping Charles Darwin's career and scientific thinking. It was not merely a geographical expedition, but an intellectual voyage where Darwin began laying the groundwork for his later revolutionary ideas on the theory of evolution. At the outset of the journey, Darwin was a young man, full of enthusiasm, but lacking substantial experience in scientific research. Invited to join the expedition as a naturalist, his primary task was to observe, collect specimens, and document the flora, fauna, geology, and climate of the regions visited by the HMS Beagle. However, as the journey progressed, Darwin gradually realized that his observations were not just routine records, but raised profound questions about the origins and changes of life. One of the highlights of the voyage was Darwin's time in the Galapagos Islands. There, he noticed subtle differences among finches on the various islands. The shapes of their beaks varied depending on the available food sources, from hard seeds to insects. This observation led Darwin to consider the possibility that species were not immutable, but could change to adapt to their environment. It was the first time he began to question traditional views that species were created in fixed and unchanging forms. Beyond the Galapagos, Darwin collected significant data in South America, where he studied fossils of extinct animals. These fossils, such as those of giant ground sloths, bore similarities to modern species living in the same areas. This prompted Darwin to ask, could present-day species be descendants of extinct ones? This line of inquiry sparked his initial ideas about species changing over time. The HMS Beagle voyage not only provided Darwin with critical observations, but also exposed him to prevailing scientific theories of the time. For instance, the geological principles of Charles Lyell, outlined in Principles of Geology, profoundly influenced Darwin's understanding of the Earth's changes and their impact on living organisms. Lyell argued that the Earth was not a static entity, but constantly transformed over millions of years. Darwin applied this principle to biology, contemplating that if the Earth changed, the organisms inhabiting it must also adapt and evolve to survive. In addition to collecting and studying, the voyage was an opportunity for Darwin to hone his analytical thinking and meticulous record-keeping. His detailed notes included not only scientific observations, but also reflections, questions, and fresh ideas. Darwin's journal from the HMS Beagle journey later became a valuable resource, not just for him, but for the broader scientific community. When Darwin returned to England after 5 years at sea, he brought back a vast collection of specimens and data. What he had gathered not only earned him recognition as a prominent scientist, but also laid the foundation for his groundbreaking research, particularly his work on the origin of species. The HMS Beagle voyage marked a turning point in Darwin's life, transforming him from a young man uncertain about his career path into one of the most influential scientists of all time. The journey aboard the HMS Beagle was not just a tale of scientific discovery, but also a testament to the power of curiosity and creative thinking. What Darwin learned from this expedition not only changed his life, but also revolutionized humanity's understanding of the natural world. It serves as a valuable lesson, reminding us that sometimes exploratory journeys can unveil unexpected horizons of knowledge. Charles Darwin's influence extended far beyond the discoveries he made during the HMS Beagle voyage. His work provided a solid foundation for transforming scientific and societal perspectives. His ideas and contributions endure not only in biology, but also across other fields such as genetics, ecology, and even medical technology. Natural selection is not merely a theory about life, but a way for humanity to understand the journey of adaptation and development. Darwin's philosophy inspires us, reminding everyone that curiosity and the spirit of exploration enrich knowledge and drive humanity's extraordinary progress. The timeless impact of Charles Darwin is not confined to biology, but also spans other sciences and profoundly influences social thought. His theory of evolution by natural selection serves as a knowledge base that shapes how we perceive the natural world. Moreover, Darwin's ideas have sparked discussions about the relationship between science and religion, fostering the growth of critical thinking and the pursuit of truth. In the field of medicine, Darwin's evolutionary ideas laid the foundation for studies on the adaptation of bacteria, viruses, and other organisms, enabling humanity to better understand infectious diseases and develop effective treatments. Meanwhile, modern genetics, with discoveries about DNA and genetic inheritance, directly evolved from Darwin's fundamental ideas, paving the way for new research directions to improve quality of life and preserve biodiversity. Moreover, Darwin left an irreplaceable legacy in education and inspiration. The questions he posed and his scientific approach became a guiding light for generations of young scientists. He taught us that progress requires courage to face the unknown and a relentless drive to explore. This spirit is not only meaningful in science, but also a valuable lesson for every aspect of life. Charles Darwin was not just a scientist. He was a symbol of curiosity, the spirit of exploration, and unwavering determination in the pursuit of knowledge. What he left behind did not just change the world during his time, but continues to influence how we understand and explore the world today. Darwin's ideas live on, not only in books, but also in the way humanity advances step by step, expanding the boundaries of knowledge. Darwin's legacy lies not only in his discoveries and scientific theories, but also in the profound impact he left for future generations. He was not only an outstanding scientist, but also a pioneer who opened a new chapter in how humanity understands life and its place in nature. Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection is one of the greatest scientific theories, forming the foundation of modern biology. It is not merely a tool to explain the diversity of species, but also a guiding principle for many other scientific fields, from genetics to ecology. Darwin's ideas have been strengthened and expanded over centuries, thanks to new scientific discoveries such as DNA and genetic mechanisms. Through his legacy, modern scientists can continue to delve deeper into how life evolves and adapts. In medicine, Darwin's concepts of adaptation and natural selection paved the way for studies on the evolution of bacteria and viruses. This has not only enhanced our understanding of infectious diseases, but also led to the development of effective prevention and treatment methods. Researchers use evolutionary principles to track the mutations of pathogens and devise appropriate treatments, contributing to improved public health worldwide. Beyond scientific impacts, Darwin's legacy extends far beyond biology, influencing philosophy, sociology, and human thought. His theory of evolution challenged traditional beliefs about the origins of life and humanity's role in the universe. This sparked scientific discussions and stimulated critical thinking and curiosity across all levels of society. Darwin inspired people to ask questions, seek truth, and challenge what was once considered unquestionable. Additionally, Darwin left a valuable lesson about scientific spirit and perseverance. He spent years collecting data, verifying, and refining his theory, knowing full well that his ideas might face strong opposition from society and religious circles. Darwin's courage and determination demonstrated that, with effort and faith in science, humanity can overcome barriers to uncover new truths. Another important part of Darwin's legacy is the inspiration he provides to generations of young scientists. The questions he raised and his scientific approach have become a guide for many researchers. He reminded us that to understand the world, we must observe carefully, ask the right questions, and relentlessly seek answers. This spirit of exploration and curiosity is not only the foundation of science, but also a driving force for progress in all areas of life. Darwin's legacy lives on not only in books like On the Origin of Species, but also in how humanity approaches and understands nature. He changed how we perceive ourselves, not as independent entities, but as part of a great evolutionary continuum. This legacy enriches knowledge and fosters a sense of respect and responsibility toward nature. Charles Darwin left an indelible mark on human history. His contributions not only help us understand the past, but also guide us in exploring the future. His legacy is not just a scientific theory, but a reminder that curiosity, the spirit of discovery, and responsibility are core values for humanity to keep progressing. Charles Darwin left behind an immense scientific legacy while inspiring endless curiosity for those yearning to explore the world. He is a symbol of bold thinking, action, and above all, perseverance in the pursuit of knowledge. From his early days aboard the HMS Beagle to the publication of On the Origin of Species, Darwin demonstrated that curiosity and discovery are the most powerful drivers of humanity's progress. Darwin's impact is not confined to biology but extends to every aspect of knowledge. His principles of natural selection and evolution have transformed the way we view life, helping us understand that every organism is part of the intricate tapestry of nature. More importantly, he helped humanity gain a clearer understanding of its place within the vast ecosystem, emphasizing that we are not the center of the universe, but a part of the continuous flow of evolution. Darwin's legacy is timeless in its courage to challenge traditional beliefs. In an era dominated by fixed ideas about creation and the origins of life, he boldly proposed a contrasting theory based on empirical scientific evidence. Darwin did not shy away from strong opposition from religious and societal groups, standing firm in his belief in the value of science and truth. This has inspired countless generations of scientists to continue on the path of seeking truth. His legacy reminds us that curiosity, exploration, and responsibility are fundamental to humanity's ability to thrive and progress. Not limited to theoretical contributions, Darwin left a profound lesson about the spirit of responsibility. He warned that evolution is not a goal-oriented process, but rather the result of adaptation to environmental changes. This underscores the importance of protecting nature and using scientific knowledge responsibly, ensuring that future generations can continue to enjoy a diverse and rich world. What Darwin left behind is not just books and theories, but also a reminder that curiosity and exploration are the sparks of progress. He demonstrated that asking questions, seeking answers, and continuously challenging what is known are the only ways to drive development forward. From simple questions like why and how, Darwin opened up an entirely new era for science and human knowledge. Today's and future generations must learn from Darwin's spirit, not only in science, but in their approach to all areas of life. Curiosity is the engine to overcome old boundaries, while the spirit of exploration propels us to continue the journey of conquering the unknown. Darwin's legacy reminds us that every small step in knowledge can lead to great breakthroughs, and that humanity's responsibility is not only to understand the world, but also to protect and maintain its balance. Charles Darwin laid the foundation for great breakthroughs in human knowledge, but above all, he left an eternal message. Never stop being curious, and never fear challenging what seems impossible. That is the key to unlocking new horizons, enabling humanity to keep advancing and uncovering the wonders the universe awaits us to discover.